But we are 8 years into a 10-year SNP education reform programme. It was in response to what was seen as a crisis at the time, which was international performance and the poverty-related attainment gap. But I think the Education Secretary knows that very little has changed since then. And in fact, in many cases, it's got worse. The international performance in the latest PISA study shows that we've slipped further, and the poverty-related attainment gap is bluntly stuck. And we've not really got a substitute explanation for what has gone wrong. And as a result, I think we've had a ragtag bunch of reforms that have little focus and little cohesion. So let me make a few suggestions as to what I think the problem is. I think the role of knowledge. There was a dilution of knowledge and concepts even before Curriculum for Excellence accelerated it through that process. I also think the systems of accountability have been weak within Education Scotland. They don't have the heft to effectively challenge local government and central government to drive improvement. It didn't even pick up on the decline in performance in the PISA figures, but also the poverty-related attainment gap. Another factor, I believe, was the lack of support for classroom materials. Curriculum for Excellence turned teacher empowerment into teacher isolation. They were left to create classroom content from woolly principles that was really difficult to decipher. There's also the issue of resources, which many others have talked about today, as well as the BGE senior phase transition. So that's my analysis as to what I think has gone wrong with Scottish education. I think the government needs to be able to simply, even if it doesn't agree with me, but to simply set out what the problems are, because if it can't, then it can't fix the problems, and we end up with an incoherent set of changes and random changes.